Hey guys, what's happening? Today is proportion. Okay, proportion. Proportions are they're hard to say. They're just ratios, that's it. So something to something. We've already done things before where we said the number of leeches to needles in the doctor's office was blah, blah, blah. The number of fainting patients to dying, never mind, forget that, okay. So this we could just make up a bunch of proportions or ratios, right? Okay. So in other words, let's say somebody said, I don't know, there were 5 homeschoolers in the room, and they had among them 20 goats. Okay. Now they went to a bigger, let's say a homeschool dance or something. There were 100 homeschoolers. How many goats would they have if they all had the same proportion? Well, you would just go, okay, 5 to 20 is 100 to something. Okay, let's see. 5 times what gives me 100? 20. Okay, so 20 times 20 would be the same thing as 2 times 2 with the 0 for the first 20 and the 0 for the second. Okay, there it is. 400 goats. There we go. That'd be a great homeschool dance to go to. Okay, that's all proportion is. That just means it's a ratio that's even, and there you go. That's all there is to it. Okay, so they'll give you problems with these in your book about proportions. For example, which ratio forms a proportion with 2/3? In other words, which one is the same thing as 2/3? Well, you can look at this and go 2 to 3 is equal to one of these. Which one is it? Well, obviously it has to be where the numerator is smaller than the denominator, so that knocks that out. And if you go through all these and test them out, you will see that 4/6 is the same thing as 2/3. Well, you know that 4/6 is 2/3, right? All it is just 2/3 is just the same thing as 4/6, which is reduced, right? Okay. Another reason why you've got to know these multiplication and division tables, addition and subtraction, really important. Okay. If you want to check it just to make sure, you can go, okay, let me check this out. 2 times 2 is 4, so I need to multiply the bottom by 2. 3 times 2 is 6. Oh, yeah, that's it. That works. There you go. Okay. All right. Here's another one. Write this proportion with digits. 4 is to 6 as 6 is to 9. Okay, well, let's do it. 4 is to 6. That's the same thing as 6 is to 9. Is it? Well, if we reduce both of these fractions, both of them will end up being 2/3. So the answer is, yep, it's the same thing. 2/3 is equal to 2/3. Boom, there you go. Now here's a different one, but really the same. Complete this proportion. 2 is to 6 is what number is to 30? Well, let's do it. 2 is to 6 as what number is to 30? And you can put whatever letter you want here. Usually in algebra we do A, B, C, or D, or X, or Y, or something like that. We can do X if you want. And I know you want to. Okay, is that your favorite letter, X? No? Okay. Okay. All right, well, let's figure this out. We've already kind of figured out what the method is. We go, okay, I did something to 6 to get to 30. What did I do? Oh, I multiplied by 5. But then I do exactly the same thing here. 2 times 5 is 10. So there we go. The answer is 10. And that's all there is to it. Okay. And you know, you're going to be using X's and A's and B's and C's and Y's and things like that the rest of the year. So anyway, okay. That's it for proportions. That's all they are just ratios. Okay. All right. Let's give the practice problems a whirl. And let's do, we got A, B, C, and D. Pause it and give it a try. Okay, A is going to be C. Which one is 5 halves? 15/6 is the same thing as 5/2. Okay, B, 6 is to 8 is 9 to 12. Oop, there we go. Okay, don't forget, each fraction is a division. Okay, you got that. Okay. C, 4 is to 3 is 12 is to what? The answer is 9. That's all there is to it. Okay, and you could put a letter in there like A or B or Q, or whatever you want. D, 6 is to 9 is what to 36? That's going to be 24. Okay. What you should have done is like this. If you want to see this, 6 is to 9 as, I'll call it A, to 36. You should go 9 times what is 36? 4. So 6 times 4, 24. Boom. There you go. Okay. All right. Knock these out. Now look, very quickly. You should be getting in the low to mid 20s in the number you're getting right. You don't want to, very many of these Saxon problem sets to go by and be going, yeah, I got 18 right. That's not good. that means something's missing, and you're missing the whole, like, the amount of practice, or being lazy or something like that. So go back, take 30 more seconds on some problem you don't quite know how to do. Look at your notes out of your notebook paper that you've been doing this with. Remember, you should be doing this, 81 or whatever, and looking back at your notes and your things like that. So get 3 or 4 more right than you think you can get just by spending like 30 seconds more on the problems, and have a good rest of the day. See you guys next time.